going to actually introduce me tonight. Are you guys ready to go? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Joker's Wild Comedy Club for the, what is this, the 30-something reunion, I think? No, wait a minute! Let's see, the house would like you to please turn off all cell phones. Keep your chatter to a minimum. You have a man up here who's going to be doing the talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I've known this next act for too many years. All the way from Boca Raton via Las Vegas, via the Philippines, and all points in between. He's bringing to you tonight, Find the Funniest Folder, stand-up's funniest comedy game show. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you Johnny Mulazo. Good crowd. How's everybody doing tonight out there? Yeah. Oh, it's so good to be here tonight. Well, like Gary said, this is a comedy game show. So, somebody out there is going to be winning some serious prizes. You saw that hat Gary had on, right? Well, I got more of those. Mulazo Live, Find the Funniest Folder. And there's also $1 million. That's right, $1 million. There's a whole bunch of prizes in there. So, obviously, as you can tell by the great cases, I spared no expense for this show tonight. Yeah, that is good. Even the number 8 is all fucked up, just like me. I was a little drunk when I did those, so, you know. But anyway, so this is, well, it's a very atypical comedy show. Atypical means unusual. I thought I should explain that word definition because we have a lot of East Haven High graduates here tonight. That's right. And I'm the guiltiest one. I'm not calling anybody stupid just because you graduate from East Haven, because actually, you may not know this, but I actually cheated my way through high school. That's how I graduated high school. I sat next to the smartest girl in class, you know, and back then I had good eyesight. In fact, if she just applied herself a little more, I could have been somebody, you know? So, like Gary said, now I live in Boca Raton, Florida, which is the, how can I put this? Boca Raton is the Tel Aviv, Israel of Florida. In case you don't know. I am the only non-Jew living in Boca Raton, Florida. And you know, when I do the cases, you know, 1 through 10, the folders, there's all different material in there, and you know, I'm going to try and insult as many people as I can tonight. That's what I do. So don't take it personal. You know, I was in Boca Raton. I was doing this show, and one of the folders, which is not here tonight, but I'll talk about it. One of these was, of course, because since the whole crowd was Jewish, well, I did a lot of Jewish material. And, I mean, I've been threatened after shows in the past, but when 2 Jewish mothers threatened to nag me to death, that scared the shit out of me. So, but no, I was doing this bit, true story, I was doing this bit about, and I was talking to someone earlier who's a fisherman, so he may know this. There's an actual fish called a Jewfish. It's true. There's a real fish called the Jewfish, if you didn't know that. And I'm trying to picture a Jewfish. What does a Jewfish look like? He's got the big nose, you know, do they all swim around bitching the water's too cold? You know, and I saw this one guy who was fishing, he was catching, he had a ton of Jewfish in his bucket, filled with Jewfish. I said, wow, man, you're doing great catching them Jewfish. What do you use for bait? He goes, what else? Money. So that was great, and I did that in Boca Raton. So we're not doing that one, but we're doing these 10, and whoever picks the funniest case will win some money. But I mean, I got nothing against Jewish people. I thought about actually converting to Judaism. Not for the religion. I thought those beanies they wear would be great to cover up my bald spot. So, but I'm not. I was called racist by some guy. I am not racist. For those of you who know me, and if you don't know me, I'm not a racist guy. I swear to you, I'm not racist. In fact, my 2 favorite TV shows are black TV shows. America's Most Wanted and Cops. And you might have seen this new black reality show called Inside American Jail. It's great. I don't know if you've seen it. But no, so I'm not a racist person. But anyway, but we're going to make fun of a lot of things. So if something in one of these cases kind of resembles you, don't take it personally. I am not going to make fun of anybody per se. So anyway, we are, just like on Deal or No Deal, we're going to be giving away, whoever picks the funniest folder, find the funniest folder, FFF, closest thing I come to F in a long time. So we're going to have, just like on Deal or No Deal, we're going to have our beautiful model here to open the cases. And unlike Deal or No Deal, they got 26 models. We got one gorgeous model here tonight. And she is a former Miss New Haven, or former Miss East Haven, and a former Junior Miss Connecticut, and a former New England Patriot cheerleader. The only thing she's not a former is she's not former Mrs. John Mulazo. I never let this one go. So, let's bring her up. Everybody give a round of applause for Stephanie. Stephanie, come on. She's going to be helping us out tonight. And then she's also going to be the judge, whoever picks the funniest folder. And then they'll win all the great prizes we have there, like the hat and all the other good stuff. And maybe $1 million. All right, so now you know how to play. 1 to 10. You pick them. And then she'll open them up, show them to you. Lay it right here. We'll do it. And then laugh it up, because whoever picks the one with the most laughs will win. But, I mean, if something isn't funny, remember, this is not a comedy show, it's a game show. So, if you don't laugh at something, don't worry, the next joke will be funny. And some are funnier than the others, that's what makes it a game show. So, if we're ready to go, now I don't know everybody's name, so I'll hear the numbers, and randomly, I don't know who's going to pick what or what's in what, because I make these out all the time. See, now I heard a number 5, and...
Number 2!
Janet, we can write that down. Janet DePino. DePenis.
Number 9!
All right, number 2. We're starting out with number 2. And what is case number 2? Number 2 is Viagra. Viagra. All right, we'll start this show off. Little big way. There goes my mic. So, you think about Viagra, you think about sex, and before you know it, things start falling off. And then you can't get it in. Yeah. Oh, I got it in.
Good job, John!
All right, here we go. So, Viagra, some of you may not know what Viagra does. I guess, I assume that because Viagra still has TV commercials on all the time. It kills me that they have TV commercials. What I love, not the commercials I love so much, what I love about the Viagra commercials are the warnings that they give at the end. Ever seen these warnings? They go, if you experience an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, seek immediate medical attention. Who's going to help you with that problem? The head nurse? And make sure you tell your doctor if you get an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Shit! If I get an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, I'm telling everybody. Doesn't like that. Hello, Mom? Oh, but yeah, the first time I took that Viagra, I was with this Spanish girl, and we were drinking shots of Cuervos. I didn't want her to look, you know. So I took the shot glass, threw the Viagra in there, took the shot, and just by luck, the damn thing got stuck right in my throat. Couldn't get my dick up, and I had a stiff neck for 2 weeks. But you know, now I like to take Viagra now and then take it with a muscle relaxer. Yeah, turns me into Gumby with a pokey. I like that Viagra bit. Alrighty, well, let's go to the next one.
7!
Now you gotta mark that. We thought that. No, she's judging these on a 1 to 10. 4, 10, 8, 7. I'm gonna pick Nancy.
Oh, you're gonna pick my 10.
I'm gonna pick Nancy. Nancy picked number 7. 5. Okay, 5. Here we go. 5. Dun, 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 dun. 5 is Tiger Woods. All right. See, now you'll see I'm not a racist when I do this. I swear to you, I'm not. No, Tiger is you know, well, as we all know, what happened to Tiger not too long ago was he had a little problem. And you know what's really weird is Tiger has a problem. Sex, you guys heard that story, right? The sex problem he had. You know, he can't stop fucking white women. And so where does he go to get help? A sex rehab clinic in Mississippi. Mississippi! A black man can't stop fucking white women, the abolishment of slavery until 1975. That's true. That's true. You can look that up. Mississippi. Wow, boy, the times they are changing. So, and I'm thinking to myself, what is he trying to accomplish in the sex rehab clinic anyway? What's he trying to do? Straighten out his butts? You know? And he wasn't doing too good. You know, after he had that little sex scandal, he wasn't doing too good at all. In fact, his first couple of terms, he didn't even make the cut. He didn't. It's true. If you know golf, he didn't even make the cut. And they interviewed him after one of the terms, after he got cut, and he admitted it. He said he wasn't playing his best golf. He said, as a matter of fact, the best 2 balls he hit that whole day was when he stepped on a rake. So, you know, poor Tiger. I think Tiger's going to do good now, though, because Tiger, this week, he's playing in the Australian Open. And we all know if Tiger can do one thing good, it's go down under. Yeah. But this is something you may not know, though. When Tiger was in the sex rehab clinic in Mississippi, this is true. When he was there, he actually fucked one of the nurses there. He did. And he got the clap. Yeah, I ain't kidding you. They're making a movie about it now. It's going to be called Mississippi Burning. All right. Thank you, Tiger. Let's go. Thank you, Nancy. Let's go ahead. Let's pick another one here. What are we going to do next? 9. Okay, 9, 69. Let's pick 69. 6, 9, 9.
7.
All right. Dottie, 9. Dottie 9. All right. Well, while we're picking this case, I got to tell you a little funny story. I flew up from Florida yesterday, and I was on the plane. And for any of you who've flown, you know the pilot. He makes his announcements, you know, and he was making his announcements, and he was saying how when we fly at altitude 36,000 feet, he's going through his little rigmarole there, and he thought he shut the speaker off, but he didn't, you know? So he turns to the co-pilot and he goes, oh, you gotta love these quick 2-hour flights. Boy, the only thing, it's coming through the sound system, you know? He goes, boy, the only thing would be better than a 2-hour flight would be a blowjob and a nice cup of coffee. So the stewardess is running from the back of the plane. I stopped her. I said, hey, honey, don't forget the cup of coffee. All right, yeah, that really happened. Okay. All right, so we go, okay, here we go. Number 9. Thank you, Dottie, for picking dyslexia and other fun disorders. Thank you very much. Well, I have dyslexia, so, you know, if anybody else does, well, fuck it, you know? What are you going to do? But no, I do. I have dyslexia, so if I, like, screw up any of the jokes, that's why, you know, but... I'm actually encouraged, though, lately. I read in the paper a few weeks ago that doctors have discovered a dyslexia for cure. I'm happy about that. And yeah, dyslexia it's bad. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was actually a dyslexic bank robber last week. You hear about that dyslexic bank robber? He tied up the safe and blew the guard. But I mean, everybody nowadays has got dyslexia. Everybody. There's even a dyslexic mafia. There is. Matter of fact, I think my doctor is dyslexic. I'm not sure, but I saw my doctor for a physical a few weeks ago, and you know, he told me to stand. He grabbed me by the knee, and then he whacked me in the balls with a hammer. So I think that was a sign right there. And so dyslexia is pretty bad, but I got everything. I got dyslexia and ADD, ADHD, CIA, DOA. I got fucking letters in it. I got it. I got them all. And then I was engaged to a girl in Vegas, and she had a disorder as well. She was a bulimic nymphomaniac. True. Every time after we got sex, she'd throw up. And just by luck, the only thing she put down her throat were her fingers. Horrible. Oh my God, this girl, she was a bulimic nymphomaniac, and she wasn't that bright. She really wasn't. This is true too. She had, this is not a joke, it may be funny, but it's not a joke. She had on her car, she had 2 bumper stickers. On her left bumper sticker it said, California native. And on the right side it said, don't follow me, I'm lost too. I looked at all my fucking life, I still don't know where the hell I'm going, you know? I loved her. But anyway, so that didn't work out. But no, I do. I have ADD, ADHD, I got all this shit. I'm going to tell you, these are really true stories. I worked for 10 years for AT&T, and as a training manager, imagine that, me. They learned how to sell AT&T from me. That's why if you hate AT&T, that's probably why. But anyway, so we have these casual Fridays. Anybody have those where they work? You know, you have casual Friday. And, well, you know, so even though it was an AT&T call center, I didn't know. This is true. I didn't know, but on a Friday one day, I was, you know, in my jeans and everything. I was all casual, and I was getting ready for work. And my typical day I used to get ready for work was, you know, stuff everybody does: wash your hair, get dressed, and smoke a joint. So, you know, that's what I did. So I smoked my joint, and it was really good shit, and it was a Friday, it's a casual day. I totally forgot all the bigwig trainers from Atlanta were coming to my call center for a huge training, like a seminar thing, where all the trainers were meeting at my company's office. And there I walk in stoned, you know, with my ADHD on top of being stoned, which is like worse. So, and we're all sitting in the meeting, and what ADHD is, that's one of the symptoms of it, and maybe you've done this, maybe you have this, but have you ever like yelled something and then you don't know why the fuck you said it? Like you have nothing behind it to come back with? Well, that's what happened. You gotta picture this now. We're in a big meeting, all the AT&T bigwigs, all the top brass are in this meeting, they're all bouncing training ideas, and I'm sitting in my own little world, you know, kind of tripping, dreaming, daydreaming, and out of the blue, I just yell out, "You know what I think?" And I'm like, getting the words back. I had nothing. You know what I think? And they all look at me. "Hey, John Mulazo here from West Palm Beach. John, what do you think?" And I'm panicked. "I think I want a cup of coffee." So I had nothing, you know, and that got me in trouble. But the worse than that, I was married for 9 years, and my ex-wife and me were going to a Miami Heat game a couple of years ago, and went down South Beach. Oh, if you've never been to South Beach, the most beautiful babes in the world are in South Beach. And here I am, walking with my wife, not thinking, as usual, and we're walking, and this blonde comes around the corner, gorgeous. And I just blurted out, "Wow, look at that!" She looks at me, she goes, "What?" And there's a sign, "Oh, City Furniture, they got another sale, 50% off." So my big mouth got me in a lot of trouble. Well, okay, dyslexia got me in a lot of trouble too. So let's move on, shall we? So let's pick another case. We need another number.
Seven.
I hear a lot of seven. Seven? You said seven
I
first.
said seven.
So what's your name?
Red.
What?
Red.
Red?
Yes.
That ain't a fucking name. That's what a dog's dick looks like. Red? What the hell is that?
Easy boy.
Watch it. Easy boy.
I know that's what you call the dog too, Red.
Easy boy.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I love that name, Red. It's a pretty name, Red. Fuck this lady. No, I'm just kidding. Red, alright. No, I love you, Red. You're a nice lady. I'm just kidding with you. Red pick number 7. Okay, Stephanie. Let's see what 7 is. 7, come 11. Oh, people at the pub. Hey, this is something I know all you drunks can relate to. People at the pub. Well, hang on, let me wait for this table back here. Hang on. I don't want to interrupt you guys. All right. Okay. Can I take your order up there? Start the menu. All right. Okay. Please, I don't want to interrupt. No, okay, I'll continue on even though we got some rude fucking people in the crowd. All right. Boy, they're dense, man. They didn't even get that. They're still back there. Yeah. So what do you think? I'm gonna get the chicken fingers. I don't know. I'm gonna get the nachos. What do you think? There's a comedy show going on. Why don't you have some of that? There's some of this. Okay. What was the name of this one? People at the pub. You know, when you get to be our age, you know, this conversation, because you run into people like tonight, running with a lot of people I've been seeing for a lot of years, and you know, whenever you go to a bar or a pub or whatever, you run into people you haven't seen for a while. So I ran into a friend of mine I haven't seen for like 20 years, you know. He sees, he goes, "Hey John," he goes, "You see it?" I go, "What?" He goes, "You mean you don't see it?" I go, "No, see what?" He goes, "My new hearing aid, $2,500, can hear a pin drop." I said, "Really? What kind is it?" 730. And then there was another bouncer at the bar, big guy, Angelo, big Italian guy, muscles on top of muscles. I knew this guy for a long time, football player, monster of a guy. Haven't seen him for like 20 years. I go, "Hey, Angelo, how you doing?" You know, "Well, all right." I go, "How's your wife, Patty, doing?" "Oh, Patty? Oh, you didn't hear? She died. Gonorrhea, strangled to death. But oh my God, that's horrible. But wait a minute, you don't strangle to death with gonorrhea. Because you do what you give it to me. And then at the bar, oh, you know who was at the bar that day? Some of you may know from Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker. She was at the bar, and the bartender walked up to her and said, "Hey, Sarah Jessica Parker," light a long face. That's a visual, so I'm not going to get that joke. So I was at the bar. You know, Irish bar, getting drunk out of my mind, and there were these Irish guys there. I can't do a very good Irish accent. I'll try my best. The accent might be funnier than the joke, but I'm sitting there, and this Irish guy, he goes to the guy next to him, he goes, "Are you from Ireland?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "I'm from County Cork." He goes, "Oh my God, I'm from County Cork." He goes, "Yeah, I grew up on Clancy Street." He goes, "Oh my God, I grew up on Clancy Street too." He goes, "Yeah, but I grew up in a greenhouse." He goes, "Oh my God, I grew up in a greenhouse too." And the bartender turns to the waitress, she goes, "Oh, the O'Reilly twins are fucked up again." Yeah, so me and the O'Reilly twins, we start drinking, you know. 30, 40 pints of Guinness, and 30, 40 pints of Bass, and 30, 40 shots later. You know, when you get that fucked up, the one thing you want to always go do, go pick up women. You know, because that's the time women want me, isn't it, ladies? Yeah, it's Friday, I get so shit-faced drunk. Yeah, that's attractive in the bar. So since they had 80 or 90 drinks, and I only had 60, they decided I would drive. So we're driving to the disco, and sure enough, we're halfway to the disco, I guess somewhere around there. Pull over by the cops, you know. So I get out of the car, I start to dance. Shit, I saw the blue and red lights, I thought I made it to the disco. So fucked up I was. And one other character at the bar, and this happened out in Vegas, so you may not know who this guy was, but a very famous guy. His name was Judge Green. And I don't know if you heard the story, but this guy was Man of the Year in Las Vegas. He was a judge for 30 years, never drank, never smoked, fierce sentencing. Everybody loved Judge Green. So they had a party for him, you know, they were doing a toast to Judge Green, and then the politicians were toasted. Everybody was there, politicians, police, everybody. Judge Green never drank at all. There he is drinking shots and beers and shots and beers, and 40 toasts later, poor Judge Green is fucked up. So he can't drive, so they just shove him into a taxi cab. The taxi's taking him home. He's throwing up all over himself, and now he's starting to sober up a little bit. He's going, "Oh my God, my wife is going to kill me. What am I going to do?" So he thinks of a great story because he lost his keys. So he knocks on the door, and the wife comes to the door and she says, "What the hell happened to you?" He goes, "Well, honey, you won't believe it, but coming out of court today, they were bringing in this drunk guy, and he bumped into me, and he threw up all over me, and then tomorrow, when he comes in front of me, I'm going to give him 60 days. So she goes, "All right, well, come on, let's get you out of this clothes, get you to bed." So he gets in the bed. Whew. Okay, so next thing, phone rings, the judge's wife. She goes, "Honey, that guy come in front of you, you know, the drunk from yesterday that threw up all over you?" No, but when he does, I'm going to give him 60 days. She goes, "Well, you better give him 90 days because he's shitting your pants, too." Oh, boy. Fun times, isn't it? Yeah. Good case, Red. All right, Stephanie's going to go ahead and record that one. And what's next?
I'm trying to better one.
All right, Tim has been yelling and screaming and yelling and begging. He thinks he's going to have sex pretty soon with all the yelling and begging he's doing. Okay, what did you say, Tim? 4. Tim, 4. Okay, Stephanie, what do we got for number 4? Mr. Tim. Gambling! Hey, that's a good one. All right. Woo, yeah, I love to gamble. I love gambling. If you don't know me, 2 things I love all my life to do is gamble and drink. Love it. I mean, not a good combination. That's why I never win, probably. But gambling and drinking. There aren't 2 better things than gambling and drinking. Dave Madola knows what I'm talking about. Love it. And you know what? If you go into any gambling establishment, you always see the same sign, don't you? You always see the same sign in gambling establishment that says, if you know somebody or if you have a gambling problem, and they give you the 1-800 Gamblers Anonymous number. Well, I like to call them up just to fuck around out of it. I call them up, and Gamblers Anonymous, "Yeah, I'll give you 2 to 1, you can't help me." They don't know what to say to that. "Sir, do you have a gambling problem?" I go, "Yes, I do. When I'm playing blackjack, and I got a 16, and the dealer's showing a 7, I got a problem. Do I hit? Do I stay? What do I do?" But, you know, I love to gamble, and this is another true story. I I was at the dog track in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm pulling out of the dog track, and I get to the traffic light, and at the traffic light, there's this homeless bum, you know, like they panhandle on the side of the road. Don't they do that here? Do they do that in Connecticut? In Florida, they do that. These homeless bums, you see them almost every red light, and this guy is there, and I pull up to the light, so I rolled up my window, and I was goofing on him a little bit, and he's asking me for money. So I said, yeah, I know, I give you $1, and there's a liquor store right behind where you sit. I go, you're gonna run over there, and you're gonna buy beer with that money. He goes, oh, no, I don't drink. So, all right, well, then, I'll give you $1 or $2. You're gonna go over to the dog track, and you're gonna make a bet. He goes, no, I don't gamble. I said, okay then, you're gonna get in the car with me, we're gonna drive so I can introduce you to my mother and my wife, so they can both see how a guy ends up who doesn't drink or gamble. True story. So I love to gamble. The one thing I hate when I'm gambling though, is the one thing that just bothers me, it's a pet peeve, is when people try and borrow money from you when you're gambling, especially when you're losing. Oh, that gets me so pissed off. I was at the track and I seen this guy that I haven't seen in a long time, Gus. And Gus comes over to me, not you, another Gus. And Gus comes over to me, he goes, hey John, he goes, come here, he goes, I got a system that can't lose, give me $1. I said, $1? I said, get the system, get the hell out of here. If you got a system, you borrow $1 from me. He goes, no, it can't lose, give me $1, we'll split all our winnings. I go, all right, here, here's $1, if it loses, I don't want to see you again. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. And he looks back at me, he goes, all right, how many buttons you got on your collar? I said, button, 1, 2, 3, 4, what's that got to mean? We're going to bet the 4. I go, the 4 is the longest shot on the board, right? $2 to win on the 4, it wins. Pays $88. I go, oh, that's great, but I don't want the money. Dumb luck. Go, just get out of here, leave me alone. He goes, no. Give me another $12 and we'll put $100 to win on the next race. You can't lose, I'm telling you. He goes, how many buttons you got on your shirt? I said, 1, 2, 3, I got 6. He goes, I'm going to bet the 6. 15 to 1 shot. Now we got $13,000. I'm all excited. Like, oh my God, this is the greatest system in the world. Let's keep betting. We can retire pretty soon. I said, oh, wait a minute. I'm out of buttons. What are we going to do? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, how long is your koozie gown? You know, you're thingamajig. How long? I go, oh, bet the 9. The 3-1. I shouldn't have lied. Let's score that one. I tell you, it's going to be tough to figure out which one's the funniest and we're off to a good thing. I'm glad you got that job and not Judge Green. All right, that's next. Somebody.
Number 10. 10.
No, you already went. You can't go again. Besides, you're already at 10. 1. My cousin Rose. I gotta pick a cousin. I'm picking friends. Gotta pick a cousin. You gotta, spread it around. Okay, so my cousin Rose is picking number 1, way up there. Can you reach it that high? Number 1. What is 1? Oh, hey, my sex life. Hey, they shouldn't take that long. Oh my God, my sex life. Now, some of you may not know this about me. I'm gonna be truthful with you, but you're looking at probably the biggest loser in the world when it comes to women. And there's a girlfriend or 2 in the audience tonight, so I don't want to offend them. So I won't say anything, but I mean, I did good when I was in East Haven, yeah. But I moved to Florida right after I graduated. Whew, boy, oh boy, I tell you how bad it was. When I moved to Florida, I went on one of those bachelor reality shows, and I won. It was called America's Least Wanted. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, let's put it this way. Thank God that old saying, if you don't stop it, you go blind. Thank God it's not true. Because I'd be one Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles looking motherfucker. Let me tell you. Woo, people be calling me Stevie Ray. But I tried, man. I tried everything. You know, I was trying ladies' nights and singles bars, and they said supermarkets, try that. I tried that. And then people will come up to me, they give me this lame advice. They go, you know what your problem is, John? You look, everywhere you go, you look. Don't look. And that's when they find you. Yeah, like where am I or any single guy not looking? When I'm sleeping, I'm not looking. That'll be the day I'm blonde and a redhead, go up a fire escape. Shh, there he is, come on, let's go get him. Don't look. So, you know, I tried everything. I tried phone sex, I got an ear infection. I rented a porno movie, I got pink eye. I tried that cyber sex, me and the computer both got a virus. I did. I tried everything. I tried blind dates. One time I was set up on this blind date, and I met her. I talked to her on the phone. She sounded really sweet, sounded really nice, and I had to drive all the way to Miami, like a 45-minute drive from Boca to meet her. And she was describing herself. She said she's very pretty, and she said she had 42 triple Ds. I'm like, oh, all right, So I drive all the way down there, and this is true too. She comes out of her house, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Beautiful, just like she said. Of course, the tits were so beautiful, just like she said. Well, she comes over to my car and she smiles, and she got one tooth. One tooth! And she wasn't even taking care of that one, because that tooth started starting to go. Now, you would think if you're down to your last fucking tooth, can't you take care of it? I mean, how hard could it be? Shouldn't take it that long to brush your teeth, right? It's only one. You don't have to floss, right? When you're down to one, it shouldn't have been that hard to take care of. But it was horrible. And I met another girl through this blind date thing, and actually she was really cute, which kind of scared me because she was really, really cute. So we meet. She was another girl from down in Miami. She was a Cuban girl. So we go to dinner, and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's too good to be true. She's beautiful. She's smart. We had great conversation going. So like halfway through the day, right before we're ready to order the appetizers, I said to her, how is it that a girl as pretty as you are and as smart as you are, how is it you're single? She goes, I had a relationship for 7 years. 7 years with the same guy. I said, oh, wow, well, that's a long time. That makes sense. I go, what happened? True story. She goes, I stabbed him. Check, please. Oh, my God. So yeah, that really happened. And a lot of bad luck, I guess you'd call it. I mean, your luck is bad with women when you go on a date with a porn star and you don't get laid. That's me. I'm that guy. The only guy, probably she didn't, was me. And it's a true story. It was a girl, Vanessa, something or other. But I take her out to dinner, and I was all excited. A porn star. How many times in life you get a chance to date a porn star, right? So I was just so excited. I went out and rented her a movie. I was getting all ready. I was watching a movie, pretending I was the guy. You know what I'm talking about. So, I'm watching a movie. I'm getting all excited. And I said, anywhere you want to go, babe? And I was Mr. Big Shot. So I was making about $500 a week back then. She takes me to a restaurant that was like $600. So I was like, that's okay. It's a porn star. I couldn't wait. We get into the car, and I was driving her back to her place, trying to be all suave about it. She could ask me up. She could ask her up. What positions we gonna do? All this. But anyway, we get to her house, and she leans over. She kisses me on the cheek. Goes, good night. Whoa, wait a minute. You're a porn star. Hey. And she was gone. And I'm driving home. And I started thinking about it. I'm driving home. I'm like, what's the big deal of fucking a porn star anyway? I mean, with me, it'd be like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Bad luck all around with women. Although one chick, finally I got lucky. One time this girl was really drunk. And she goes to me, because she was really drunk, I guess. She goes to me, all right. She goes, I'll tell you what, I'm a little fucked up. I'm gonna let you go down on me. No strings attached. Well, as soon as I go down on her, just by luck, there was a string attached. I know, I could have had a V8. All right.
Mulazo!
Hey, on that note, let's pick another folder. Sex? No, we can't have sex. We just did sex. Oh, I thought you said sex. You sure you don't want to have sex instead?
Your husband, he's right here.
Oh, he's right here. Oh, yeah. That's okay. All right, 6. What's your name? Geraldine 6. Stephanie's doing a great job, isn't she? Great job. A lot of New England Patriots got rid of around there, but that's why they're doing good this year, though. They don't have her as a distraction. Oh, here we go! China! Oh, yeah! All right. Okay, so now, China, this is like about the country China, not the wrestler. So, by the way, no one here from China, right? There's nobody here from China, correct? Okay, good. Let's talk about those little dick commie bastards, shall we? Everything, now you all know this is true. Everything you buy is made in China, all right? Everything you buy, made in China, made in China. I remember even after 9/11, I went out and bought one of those American tie clips, right? I look on the back, made in China. It's disgusting, made in China. I was in China about 5 years ago, and I bought a pair of those flip-flops. Look on the bottom, it said, made just around the corner. And, and they have everything. They really do. They have everything. In China, they actually have a Disney World. In China, they really do. Which is kind of weird because nobody in China is tall enough to go in the good rides. So it's kind of weird that they had Disney over there. And I was over at the Chinese Disneyland, and they sell everything. I mean, you think they sell shit? They sell everything over there. I bought some Chinese musical condoms. Yeah? When you open up the package, it plays a song. It's a small world after all. Yeah. And then there was this couple on their honeymoon, this Chinese couple on their honeymoon, and they were in the bed, and the husband goes to the wife, he goes, oh, hey honey, I want a 69. She goes, why do you want chicken chow mein now? Thanks, Dan. Just so you know though, ladies, everybody should give blood, and ladies, don't worry about giving blood, because giving blood and having sex with a Chinese guy are pretty much the same thing. One little prick and it's all over. Alright, so that's my public service announcement for that case. Alrighty then. Hey, that was a new one, by the way. That was one of my new ones. I never did that China. Hope you like China. That was one of my two new cases tonight. That was one of them. And I don't know what the other two were because they're so new. I make the shit up as I go along. All right, what's next? We gotta get out and see.
Number 10, right here. Number 10 right here. Number 10.
Number 10. Did you already go yet?
No. 10 right here.
Oh my God.
10. Everybody else think is? You guys agree with 10?
10 right here.
10. All right. 10. Okay.
Right here.
And what's your name?
Hector.
What is your name?
Hector.
Hector. Okay. Now I asked him if he was from China a couple minutes ago. You didn't raise your hand.
No.
Oh, Hector. Oh, okay. I thought you said fuck you. Okay, sorry. Okay. Hector 10. Okay, here we go. All right, Hector. Good luck. I think this is another new one. Yes, it is. World's corniest jokes. Okay? So I hope you like the corny jokes. In fact, these are so corny. If you got any pot on you, smoke it now. You'll laugh a lot more when we do these corny jokes. As a matter of fact, I remember that comic, Stephen Wright. Ever remember Stephen Wright? The brilliant hair guy? He made a living doing corny jokes, so if I do a few of them, what the hell, right? These are new, but they really are stupid. But I like stupid jokes. I hope you do too. But, one thing that's really weird about the corny jokes, they say with the corny jokes and with the stupid jokes and all that, they say that it's, did I say I was forgetful? Did I say smoke the pot now and you'll laugh a lot more when I do this? When you weren't looking, I was toking it up in the back. Okay, no. Okay, here we go. So let me try and get into a little Stephen Wright frame of mind. He had that Brillo hair, he talked real monotone. I'll try. I can't do it that good. Let's see. I'll try to do a Stephen Wright. See, how does Stephen Wright used to talk? Very monotone, that's right. All right. Grasshopper is into a bar. Bartender says, hey, we got a drink named after you. Grasshopper says, really? You got a drink named Steve? I told you. I told you. It's hard to be funny tonight. No, last night I had this really weird dream last night that I was a muffler and I woke up exhausted. So you'll have to forgive me. And I mean, it's hard to be funny nowadays. Crime is just so bad. It's depressing. I read the New Haven Register today, and yesterday in the New Haven Green, there were two peanuts walking down the street, and one was assaulted. So I mean, it's bad, you know. No, it's tough. And then speaking of corny jokes, I want to make a serious announcement. Some of you may or may not know this. If you read the paper, this is true. About 3 weeks ago, I guess it was, Barbara Billingsley, the mom from Leave It to Beaver, she died. Yeah, and she was like my favorite. A lot of people don't know this though, but Mrs. Cleaver, Leave It to Beaver, mom, she actually was known for saying the dirtiest words ever said on television. When one time she said on a Leave It to Beaver show, she said, "Ward, you were a little hard on the beaver last night." Phil, isn't it? Phil, I Leave It to Beaver. Show's got beaver in the title. You gotta figure it. You know. All right, thank you very much for that one, Hector. Thanks for laughing at the corny jokes. I love the corny jokes. Those were new. Love the corny jokes. All righty. Well, we got 2 cases left. That's it. Only 2. 3. Cheryl is picking 3. All right. Now, 1 is new and 1 is good. Because I have 3 new ones, so don't know which one's good, which one's good, but maybe they're both good. We'll see. Okay, 3. Cheryl, 3. And here we go. Okay, what is it? Oh, hey, talk about controversy. Famous dick cutters. How's that for class? I'm gonna tell you. That's a classy case right there. I know, I can't spell either. But no, you think that's funny. You may know the most famous dick cutter in the history of the United States, Lorena Bobbitt. See? Skip knows her. Lorena Bobbitt. Right? She,
What?
right?
You know Lorena Bobbitt?
Lorena Bobbitt.
What?
Lorena Bobbitt, she chopped off her husband's dick because, well, he was cheating on her, so he had it coming. I don't think he hasn't been coming anymore, but he had it coming to him. So she chops it off. And you know what she does? What's funny about it? After she chops it off, I don't know if you read about this or not, but she drove around the neighborhood for like 30, 45 minutes with the dick in her car. And then finally just threw it out the window. You know? I mean, God, if you're going to cut off a dick, at least have some fun with it. She should have went to a Subway restaurant, threw it on the counter and said, "Hey, I ordered a foot long." Yeah, have some fun, you know? But poor Lorena Bobbitt, she cut her husband's dick off. That was her fame. But she died last week. She died in a car accident. Yeah, some dick cut her off. And then,
She must have really.
yeah. And then after her husband, John Bobbitt, got his dick cut off. This is true too. You can't make this shit up, folks. This is true too. John Bobbitt actually made a porno movie. Can you imagine that? The balls on that guy? Well, I guess he didn't have the balls anymore, but we make a porno movie after you get your dick cut off? See, me, if it happened to me, I'd be too paranoid that every time the director yelled cut, I'm like, no! No! I never done that, no! And speaking of female comedians with no dick, my favorite female comedian with no dick, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell, she almost died last week. This was on the news, I don't know if you saw it. She almost drowned, Rosie O'Donnell. They found her face down in Ricky Lake. I really have. Yeah. Good time. That's funny. You guys like the dick and lesbo jokes. We know where your minds are. So, that's right. But when I was managing for AT&T, this is a true story. We ran an ad in the paper for a receptionist. One of those. What's the politically correct word? Trans testicles? Is that what it is? One of these trans testicles comes in for the job, you know, to be the receptionist. I mean, you know, you have to interview her, that's the law and stuff. But, you know, you can't hire her, right? Or him or she, whatever. But the other manager comes over to me, and I was showing the application, the resume, to the other manager, and he's looking at it, he goes, "Hey, look at that. She was a receptionist for 14 years. Yeah, and before that, she was a girl Friday." I said, "Yeah, the guy Tuesday." Okay, so we didn't hire her. Bada bing. Oh, we got one left. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know I was able to keep your attention for most of the show. A lot of conversations going on. And we're my friend Zeke. He's supposed to kick everybody's asses, so Zeke, we got some ass kicking to do. The ladies back there, gentlemen over here. These guys have to shut up the whole fucking show. I'm gonna help you, Zeke. Last case, everybody shut